Hello in England, doing some art books. These books here are from Oxfam, and they are academic books, and they are published by museums, and they are purely academic. They're not for the tourists, and they show a narrative. On this case, from 1933. So this says Victoria Albert Museum, sixpence, a picture book of Persian pottery. And there's a mountain of different publications they have. And the thing about these publications is that you get this narrative from a different time, from scholars of a different time who would have had more experience in dealing with this stuff than perhaps some of the people now. And some of the people would have had experience in the excavations of this stuff too. So not all of it's ancient, but a lot of it is when it comes certainly to the other stuff, the Egyptian stuff. So you can see the pictures are really educational, and they're showing things from the collection which may or may not be published now, because the collections get put into dormitories where no one gets to see them. Persia is Iraq. So this looks Turkish in a way, but it's not Turkish. It's from further over towards the east. And to a collector of Persian pottery, Mesopotamia I suppose it is, then this would be a useful purchase. So these come in, they don't get sold loose because they're not worth enough. So they get sold in bundles. This is a book without its front cover called A Picture Book of Peasant Pottery. Now they wouldn't use that word in England anymore. This is for English peasants, and the book shows early English pottery. And it's probably decorative and unusual. Slipware and bits and bobs. This is English from hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Sorry, I beg your pardon, not all English. Some of it's European. So again, a resource. A picture book of Chinese pottery figures. So again, the same thing, you've got the sort of tang horses, the ordinary basic items which are reproduced, and we all see the reproductions. These of course are the real thing. So it's a resource, as I keep saying, and they will be on the internet, these pictures as well. But it's the narrative and the understanding in these books. You get a different dimension. There's a Turkish one here, Turkish pottery. This would be called Isnik now, if you were buying it in a sale room, or Eastern. They're not sure what it is. They would say Eastern. So if you go to the Blue Mosque, you'll see in Constantinople, Istanbul, you'll see this sort of marbleware on the floors, these sort of motifs. Another one, Wedgewood, so that's English. That doesn't look like Wedgewood, but it is Wedgewood. Mid 18th century or early 18th century, I suppose. These are impressed Wedgewood. So it's a creamware with transfer decoration. Beautiful, beautiful green. This is the jasperware we are all accustomed to, which comes in different colours. This is the Wedgewood agate, where they swirl the clay so it looks like marble. rather unusual, and it's extremely expensive. This is the basalt Wedgewood, which is the black clay, not a black glaze. If you smash it, it's black all the way through. That is traditionally good value because people don't like black, don't like it anymore, the black. So this is wonderful, and you're seeing some great products. That's the Portland vase. That is Wedgwood's version in pottery of a glass ancient vase which was brought back to England. This particular one was owned by Darwin, and on the bottom of these Portland vases, often they are blank with a Wedgwood only. Sometimes they have Wedgwood England, which means they're modern or modernish. Sometimes it says Wedgwood made in England, which means they're very modern. Sometimes there'll be impressed head, a Phrygian head, which means they are probably 19th century. So there are different types and size and colour of Wedgwood Portland vase. And remember, the Portland vase wasn't pottery, it was glass originally. Adamesque, English country house teaware. Medallions, wonderful. Another one from the museum, Korean pottery. Unusual, don't see it. English porcelain figures. These two are the ones I wanted to buy when I bought the bundle. These are Egyptian books. So this one says, Guide to the Egyptian Collections in the British Museum, 1909, so it's 100 and something years old. You can tell from the text, the font, the type plate, it's an old book. This looks like it's been stolen from a museum because it has a stamp on it, and it hasn't been released. Usually there'll be a mark to say it was released if it was not stolen. Lambeth Museum. Anyway, it's mine now. And the book has wonderful maps and text and images and diagrams, some of which will be available online. The Rosetta Stone, which was rescued from a stable by the British, and you have an interpretation on this stuff which is perhaps out of date but nevertheless is interesting, and a scholarly depth which you probably won't get on the internet now necessarily. Wonderful things, lots of images. Some of these images will show different aspects to the ones on the internet. The picture of the pyramid will be pre-tourist, so it won't have roads on it and toilet blocks. You're getting just something a bit extra. It is a shame it's small, it's a shame it's not in colour, but if for someone into Egypt, I think that they are indispensable, these old books, and they're not cheap. Some of the old Egyptian books. Okay, so we've done that one briefly. This one is same age. I think it's the same book actually, looking at it. So I've got two books the same. I didn't know that. Okay, so I've got two books the same, which came from that lot. Okay, so we've looked at those rather strange little books. Thanks for looking.